episode of Aniview, hosted by yours truly, ashiro.kaguto, aka Manga, aka KBT, aka whatever the fuck you want to call me. And today, we're reviewing Darling of the Franxx, one of my favorites. Zero Two, bad bitch. Let's get into it. So we start off the show with seeing Zero Two. You feel me? She like a demon, and like she's basically a demon in a sense. They're called fucking, what are they called? Give me a second, I gotta find it. Corusors or something. So yeah, they're called Corusors, and apparently her blood, she has the same blood as them, so she's one of them. So we start off seeing her. Then we move to then like they're in a ship, so they're flying. So we move and we end up seeing Plantation 13. So apparently there are multiple plantations, and like they're just set up like with colonies. There's an underground city where like all the adults and old people live. Then they have the kids who they raise and train and like do tests and shit on so they can run the mechas, and the mechas help them fight the Corusors. So we got that. After we see the plantation, we see the kids who are there. We see Ichigo. She's blue haired. You feel me? Then we see she's like the sister to the MC. So Hero, that's the MC's name. I think a code. Then we got Kokoro, which is she has long hair. She's blonde. She usually tends to the garden, do stuff like that. Then we have Mitsuru. I don't like that nigga. He's kind of a hoe. He was hating on Hero because he got cold and he wasn't up to his level. So I don't know. Then we got Futoshi. Futoshi, he's like the big guy. He likes to eat. He likes Kokoro. Then we got Miko. She's red haired. She's partnered with Zorume, and Zorume is her partner. Then we got Goro, who is Ichigo's partner, and he's like the brother to Hero, the MC. He also likes Ichigo, so yeah. All right. Then like as we're going, we see the she's like the head mistress, I guess. She like tends to the kids and runs things at the plantation for the most part. Um her name, I don't remember her name actually. Fuck it. Anyway, then we see the doctor. He slaps her butt. He's kind of pervy. Then she's like turning red, so she might want to fuck the doctor. I don't know what that means. He's like a short nigga. He has hair. But he's like mostly like his face is made out of metal. He has a metal jaw, metal eyes. So when he talks, he has a metal like voice box. So there's that. But apparently, I guess he invented all the mechas. I believe. All right. Then we see. Then we don't see him, but we don't see him, but we talk about him. Hitachi, he's the one who trains the kids like to fight and shit. Then we switch over to we're in like the little meadows part of the like the foresty part of the plantation, and Hero's there. He's walking around doing this thing, feeling bummed out though, because apparently he can't pilot. Like he for some reason he cannot pilot the mechas because you need two people, which is a girl and then a guy, and they link up and become one. You feel me? Apparently, a positive and a negative force pair up and become one. So there's that, and he couldn't pair with his partner, so he had to like they both was useless. So she had to leave, and then he had to then he was leaving too. But you feel me? He's walking through these meadows, right? So he's with all that on his mind. He's walking through these meadows, and he ends up seeing Zero Two swimming in the lake. First, he sees her clothes, and he's like, "What the fuck is this? Doesn't look like the same clothes that we wear because they have uniforms for different plantations and shit, I guess." And then so he ends up grabbing her panties, which is besides the I guess besides the point. Uh, we see her swimming in the fucking pool in the lake, I guess, and she's swimming in the lake all naked and stuff. He's seeing her. He's like, "What the?" He's like peering out there. He sees someone. He doesn't see specifically her exactly. He sees someone. Then that's when he picks up the panties, is looking at the clothes and shit. Then he looks back, no one's there. So he's like, they drowned. So he runs in now to go help her. She pops out the water, with a fish in her mouth, and she has horns. She's bad though. I ain't gonna lie. She was curvy. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole different subject. But anyway, apparently the kids are called parasites. That's what the grown-ups refer to them as, the doctor and everything. That's what they refer to them as. But they're still human beings. All right. Then 02 ends up licking Hero's face. Like she literally looks at him, she pins him down and then licks his face and said, "I like your taste," which is crazy, which is type crazy. I ain't gonna lie. All right. After that, we hear about Papa, apparently, like some Stranger Things type shit. We hear about Papa, and Papa is the one who like runs the whole thing, all the plantations. He's like the leader, and then we have the other people, the other elders who make decisions too. Feel me? All right. Then Naomi, who is Hero's first partner, um, like she's leaving and shit. She's sitting at the office, outside the office. She looking sad and shit. She's about to leave. Um, And then while they're about to leave, the ceremony is going on. The ceremony to like officially acknowledge them as members of the association type shit. So they're having their ceremony, and then a Klaxor. You feel me? That motherfucker pop up. And it's big. I'm not gonna lie, it's big. It's not as big as all the ones they have fought, but like they haven't fought any at this point. But I'm saying like the ones in the future are bigger. So this one's pretty big. It's a decent size, enough to do some damage. So it's going crazy. So it's going crazy, and it hits the landing pod. So there's a structure, and then there's a landing pod. So it hits the structure under the landing pod, right? And the landing pod is falling. But guess what? Naomi's inside the landing pod, and she fucking dies. She dies just like that. Like it's wild. Hero's sitting there watching all of that because he was about to go. She ends up dying. That shit's sad. After that, that's when we find out about the name. It's a Klaxor. We find that out. After that, find out that they classify the monsters. Like, so this one is a Moho class monster. So it's pretty decent size. Definitely bigger than my house. Probably as big as maybe like maybe like a 4 or 5 story building. So it's that big and it's doing damage. After that, we see everybody fighting and shit. And Zero Two's and her partner ends up going out to fight. And while they're fighting, they end up getting hold. Her partner ends up dying. He doesn't make it. He's all bloodied up and inside the thing. They're both beaten up pretty brutally. Then as they crash into the building, Hero's right there. So Hero, he's like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" He sees dude. She's like, "Don't worry about him. He's already done for." And then she's like, she goes back inside the thing. She's about to pilot it herself, and that's super dangerous because one person can't pilot it, type shit. So she's about to pilot it herself, and he's like, "Nah, fuck that. We gonna pilot this together." And he becomes her darling, I guess. In a sense, that's what it is. That's what she calls him. So she calls him darling. All right. Then after that, because at first it's kind of like Voltron. At first it's like in like a animalistic form, like a lion type of form, and then once Hero gets in, it transfers into its actual form, which nobody has been able to unlock with her. So it goes into its actual form, Sterazella, and they bond over a kiss. So that's officially his girl type shit. So they bond over a kiss, and it forms and everything. He passes out. Apparently, he's unconscious during this whole process, and he piloted it. So they were fighting. Yeah, here's that. They end up boxing the monster. They're boxing it. The other people are like confused. They're next. They're by their mechas though, so they're all confused on what the fuck is going on still. And after they come out of the building and they see that Sterazella defeated it, they see 02 walk out with Hero, and they're like, "What? He's piloting it because he hasn't been able to pilot anything." So they're like, "What the fuck?" So as he passes out, so he's on there. He's already passed out, I guess. So he's walking with her, and then she drops him down, and then she's looking up. So after that, they're like, all right, we're gonna test Hero because that was wild. This is his first time doing that, so we're gonna test him to see if he's actually like that. So they test him and they partner him up with Ichigo instead of 02, and it doesn't work because it's not good. They not like that. Then you feel me? They not like that. Get on. Yeah, he's only meant for 02, and it's gonna always be like that. Fuck you talking about? After they fail type shit, we end up finding out that Hero might be special. He might have been because apparently 02, and then there was another test subject. So those are the compatible ones. Apparently he's that test subject. So they're like, what? That's what the doctors and adults are trying to figure out right now. After that, there's another sighting. So they end up fighting again, but Hero's not fighting this time, type shit. So they end up fighting, and then they're fighting this monster, and they're in trouble, and they stare at Zella, but Hero can't go. So they end up sending Mitsuru in 02. So while they're doing that, while Mitsuru and 02 are fighting the monsters, they're going crazy. They're doing their thing, and next thing we know, after they come back and go and get out the mecha, this nigga's all fucked up. He's sitting there breathing heavy. He's like, it's like fear in his eyes, and she's just walking out, and she's like, as I thought, hero or darling, you're the only one for me, type shit. And then once they get back, he's in a full body cast, terrified. He's like, "Don't ride with her. You're gonna die. Da, 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 da. You're not special. Her wrath is not limited to anybody. You will die." And then he's like, "Bro, move around. I'ma still pilot with her. That's my girl. Fuck you talking about move around." And then at that point, I'ma stop though because I do still want y'all to watch it. I don't want to spoil everything. So make sure you go like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you always know when I post. Make sure you go watch the Element of Franxx, and I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.